This lens here has got to be one of my favourite lenses of 2024. This is the Canon RF15-35mm f2.8. And if you've got yourself a full frame camera, I genuinely think this is one of the best lenses you can buy. And today I'm taking it to the streets of London. Now, London is full of potential when it comes to photography. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a few hidden spots that you guys might not have known about on the streets of London. And I'm going to start right now. So my first hidden spot is around St. Paul's. Now, you can obviously just simply turn up, this is the main walkway, you know, shoot super wide, take a photo, but you don't end up with the best shot. So I'll show you a secret spot around the edge around here. Right, so for this shot, what you want to do is you want to find the corner of Canon Street with St. Paul's in the background. And what's really nice about this shot, it's pretty unique. So what we'll do is we'll go into this little garden you can see here. Now it's pretty dark. Now I've chosen this time of day because it's actually really nice. And what we're going to do, you can see, we've got this beautiful pond here, but it's nice and raised, and also it's really flat. It's a nice calm evening. And you can see we've got St. Paul's in the background. And what we're going to do, because this pool's nice and long, we're actually going to use it as a reflection pool. So the idea with this shot is you basically want to split your composition in half and use the reflection as half of your image. So I'm shooting at a 15th of a second to expose, and then I'm shooting at f2.8 and 1000 ISO. I could shoot at a slightly higher ISO. I don't mind holding the camera. I'm basically balancing it really closely on the brickwork here. Now you can go for a few other compositions, so you can actually integrate this brickwork, which I'm going to try to now. And obviously I'm trying to hold the camera as stable as possible. What I'm going to do is take a few shots and see which one ends up being the clearest. Awesome. All right, so this is spot one, by far one of my favourite spots, especially for photographing St. Paul's. So let me show you my next favourite spot. Now actually this is a pretty nice spot as well. What you can do is actually use the leaves as a way to basically mask out the sky. Now this only works if you've got a really wide lens. You've basically got to try and find where the leaves match with the St. Paul's Cathedral. Now obviously this shot here would be absolutely amazing in autumn time, because obviously you've got the lovely trees, they'll be all golden, and then obviously shooting in the daytime. I'm obviously shooting at night, so it's basically going to be a silhouette. So I might shoot a little bit faster. I'll go for a 50th of a second, raise my ISO to 3200, and I have to do a little bit of denoise in post. I do like this spot here. I actually took this photo here earlier this summer, and I'm really happy with it. So yeah, this is a really nice spot, just simply the stairs here. But this isn't my second spot, it's just a nice little spot in between. And actually, this is a lot more busier than I was expecting. The last time I came here was early December last year, actually, and it was absolutely chucking it down. I got some really nice shots. I was testing the RF15mm f1.2, and that was a great lens, but it was absolutely chucking it down. Got some really nice shots like these ones. It was a lot more quiet because, well, it was raining, wasn't it? But today, it's quite a nice warm autumn evening. It is proper busy. So this shot might not work, but we'll give it a go. So this here is Millennium Bridge, and what's really nice about it, kind of photographic wise, is it basically perfectly lines up with, you can see St. Paul's there. So we can actually basically use this entire bridge as a leading line in our composition to lead to St. Paul's. I think it's going to be too busy. Set up a tripod basically in the middle. You might have to come back here later. And obviously the more telephoto your lens is, so for example if you had a 50mm, you could actually be a lot closer to the Tate Modern, which is the building opposite the bridge. If you've got a slightly wider lens, you could shoot a lot closer. And then obviously use these barriers here as a leading line towards St. Paul's. Let's try it. So you can see it's coming out really nicely, but the people are obviously going to be in your shot. So what you can do is a trick, lower it down to about 1/10 of a second, and actually let the people blur in your image. So 10th of a second, f2.8, 1000 ISO. The slower you go, the more the people will be blurred. So I might actually go for a second here, see if this works. So I'm shooting actually my native 100 ISO. See how closely I can stable this. Ready? Obviously, when you're doing handheld long exposures, I would recommend taking a few, because not every single one's going to be sharp. Firstly, you move, and this bridge is famously for warping and like moving around. I can actually feel it under my feet, so we'll see how many of these come out actually good. I'll probably only get 1 or 2 of these. But yeah, we're about halfway across the bridge. I'm pretty happy with some of them. They're not perfect. I've got a lot better shots. We'll head to my favourite spot, which is usually slightly less quiet, but it might not work with my 15-35mm. Basically, you want to stand in front of this glass barrier and then face St. Paul's. Now, when it's completely quiet, you've got these really nice lights. And again, they're a leading line towards St. Paul's, and basically everything is like a reflection. Now, obviously, London, it being London, there's loads of cranes, everywhere's being built. So obviously we can remove those cranes in Lightroom later on. But this is a really, really nice shot. Settings for this, I'm gonna do 50th of a second, f2.8. I'm gonna whack this up to 3200. And then I'm just gonna take a couple shots. Now, obviously, Lightroom does a good job removing people, but there's way too many people for this. So what I'll do is I'll show you a previous shot I've taken, and that's kind of the shot I'm looking for, but I don't think we're going to get it today, annoyingly. But this is a really good spot. So this is my secret spot too. You've got this spot here, and then what I'll do is show you the second spot. Now, as you can see, there's actually quite a few photographers here already, because this is actually my more favourite shot out of all of them. So you can see we've basically got 2 leading lines here, and then we've got the bridge that fades down. So this is a very symmetrical shot, and I really, really like it. When there's no one here, it is an absolute spectacular shot. So you have to get here really early in the morning, or basically stay here really, really late at night. But I'll mark it on the map. This is spot 2. If these people move, I might take a shot. But I might actually shoot 3 people. I've been doing that a lot recently. I'm really liking it. So go for something like 35mm, 50th of a second. But yeah, ideally you want to come down here a bit later on in the evening to get that absolute shot, or obviously wake up in the morning, you get a really nice sunrise. Okay, so this is spot 2. Let me take you to spot 3. So you can see St. Paul's here. We're going for a slightly different angle with this one, but if you stand here, I'm not sure if you can see it from the video, but basically we've got a kind of buildings blocking it, so we need to be a little bit higher. So what we're going to do is we're going to head up towards this bridge. Now this bridge is quite nice to shoot on because the pavement's quite wide. It used to be 4 lanes, but it's been deliberately shortened to 2 lanes, so it's got this nice big bike path. And you can see our composition's now starting to take shape, but what we need to do is just make sure this big building's out of the way, so you have to walk about halfway up this bridge. Plus, it's far quieter. Right, so about here, this is one of my favourite spots. So what's really nice is if you can get a boat to pass just at the right moment, so you've got a whole bunch of Uber boats, you can line it up with this composition. So let me show you. So again, 50th of a second, f2.8, 3200 ISO. If we get a boat to line up perfectly in that shot there, as you can see by this little arrow, what I might do is I might wait around and have a look. But yeah, get a boat in that exact spot, I'm gonna be super happy. But yeah, this is shot 3 on this bridge. So get yourself lined up, might go a little bit further back, go back to where I was. But I'm gonna shoot portrait. Wait for that boat right in the middle, there we go. But I'm really happy with that shot there, look at that. Hey, just wait an extra 5 minutes, you end up getting the shot you're after. Basically, we want to use these 2 buildings here to frame that one, and then we're going to use the light trails at the bottom to add a little bit more interest to the bottom of this bottom of the photo. So for this, I'm shooting at 1 second, f2.8 wide open, and then 100 ISO. Now I'm shooting at a second handheld, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this onto burst mode and just hold it down. try and take as many as I can, stay as still as I can, and just hope one of these comes out all right. Let's see if we got one. Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy with some of these. So you can see, sometimes you might have to wait for your shot, but shots like that I absolutely love. Obviously they work in the daytime, but they also work at night. Now obviously with night shots, there's kind of two things you want. You want a nice bright aperture lens, obviously it's f2.8, which is not too bad. Obviously you can get brighter lenses like prime lenses. What's really nice about this one is obviously got image stabilization, which obviously is a big deal when shooting long exposure handheld. You know, I can shoot up to a second realistically handheld without a tripod and still get nice great shots, which really opens you up to what you can shoot in a low light environment, because you don't want to be carrying a tripod around all the time. Obviously you can use a monopod, but ideally if you can get away with out using any of that and still get great shots, that's ideal. So yeah, if you are wanting to do like long exposure cityscapes type shots, which is what I'm basically doing today, then ideally you want to buy a lens, ideally a wide angle lens with image stabilization, which is why I absolutely love the 15-35mm for this type of environment. Excels really nice and wide, get nice, good city shots, got a good versatile focal range, image stabilization, and a nice bright f2.8 aperture. So what we're doing is we're basically heading to St. Paul's Underground Station. So we're basically back where we were at the start of the day, where we were shooting down Canon Street. Which is funny enough, obviously, shooting on Canon Street, eh? What we want to do is cross the road here. We want to head up towards St. Paul's Underground Station, which is on the Central Line. Now again, you can get a really nice shot, actually, do you know what? I'm going to do it. Get a really nice shot here. Again, you've got to let the traffic move. Go for something like this. So f6.3, 2 seconds. What we want to do is wait for the traffic that's coming here. And we can judge it, here we go. This is where the traffic is. So again, hold it down. Try and be as stable as you can. All right, see if any of those come through. Some of those are really nice. Oh, I'm loving that one. Now what you can do is actually mix some of these in post. My favourite ones are when the buses come through, because obviously they've got lots of lights on it. It covers more of the bottom of the image. Bikes work really nicely as well, obviously London cabs. Here we go, we've got this London cab here. So time it. Oh, proper nice. Did it make it all the way through the image? Not quite. This is a really nice spot here, actually. Right next to where we started. But obviously it wasn't dark enough yet when we started the video. So I'm going to shoot really wide here, 15mm. I'm going to use the proper wobbly to balance our camera, trying to get a bit smoother image. Here we go, got the bus coming through, wait until it's a bit closer. There we go. Now obviously 4 seconds you start running into issues with movement, but look at that shot there. I am well happy with that. Oh. I'm gonna wait one more second for these cars to pass through the image. Try and hold the camera as stable as I can. Okay. There's a lot of images to go through, but I'm really happy with some of these. Let me check if they're actually sharp. Let's zoom in. They're not the sharpest, but to be honest with you, I don't really care. I'm well happy with that shot. That's a really good shot, but it's only great at night time. Right, so let's actually do what I said I was going to do. Let's go head to St. Paul's. Let's stop getting distracted. Right, so we've got St. Paul's to our left. The last spot I'll show you guys is in between here and basically St. Paul's Underground. And it's this little escalator spot here. And this is one of my absolute favourite spots. But hopefully it's not too busy with photographers. Perfect. So what we do, basically just head down these escalators. And you probably can see the shot already lined up. What we're going to do is basically right at the bottom of here, we've got St. Paul's right behind us. And it creates this absolute awesome composition here. So you want to be right in the middle. Now for this I'm going to be shooting at Let's try and lower our shutter speed a little bit, but not too low. So 1000 ISO, f2.8 at 40th of a second. Take a couple snaps. Pretty happy with those. But obviously we've got movement. We've got these escalators that are moving at a constant speed. So what we're going to do is lower my shutter speed to about a second, and then lower our ISO to match our exposure. And I'm just going to adjust my aperture to let's go for f8. Raise our ISO a little bit there, and then basically try and hold the camera as stable as you can. Escalators move consistently up and consistently down. Take a couple snaps just in case. Let's go for some landscapes. This would be way better on a tripod. Alright, they're actually coming out pretty sharp. I'm actually surprised. Let's see what happens when we get some people in the shot. Okay, and that is going to be my last spot. But yeah, there we go. There are a few hidden spots that you might not have known about if you wanted to photograph St. Paul's in London. So obviously you've got the reflection pool shot. You've got the Millennium Bridge shot, although I'd recommend coming obviously earlier in the morning or really late in the evening to remove people, or just shoot a really long exposure. And then you've got that escalator shot there as well. Plus you've got that bridge shot. And if you're lucky enough to get a boat in between, you end up with a real nice shot like this. Hopefully you've learnt a few things and recommend coming shooting in London.